Okay, so am I audible? Can anyone just write it in the chat if I'm audible? Okay, yeah, I'm audible. Okay, Banu is here. Banu is actually my friend. Hello, Banu. So we currently have 60 people here. So let's just start in a while. Just call your friends. Okay, we have 70 viewers now. Nice. It would be helpful if you call your branch friends or just put a message in your branch groups. Yeah. So, yes. Okay, so I'm audible. Okay, that's good. So I'll just start with what we are going to do today. So we'll start with what is competitive programming and why you should do it exactly, right? So right now there is not much of an incentive to do, but in the long run it will really help you, like because for your internships in your third year and your placements in your fourth year you need coding, right? If anyone is having problems with code blocks, it's okay. I won't be using code blocks completely. I'll just show all the alternatives. For that, just see the complete video. And the maximum resolution I can put out is 720p. So you can, I'll just keep a large font size in case it's blurred. Yeah, so we have 89 people. Good enough. Yeah. So, yeah. Okay, so a bit about me. I'm in the second year and I am a part of CSEA, and that's why I'm taking these lectures. And my number is in the poster, so if you have any doubts, you can DM me, or I would suggest that after the live stream, this video is being recorded, so it will be uploaded on the channel itself. So you can just comment your doubt there if you have any, and I'll just reply to it there itself. Okay. So, okay, we have 100 people. I think we can start now. So what or why is CP? So CP stands for competitive programming, and you are given a set of problems for which you need to write code to solve these problems. Okay, and the scoring depends contest to contest, and you should not like stick on the scoring. Okay, that will depend from each contest, so you'll get a hang of it eventually. So okay, we have Tejas Bhaiya, and yeah, so Tejas and Banu, Tejas Bhaiya is my senior. He's in the third year. So if he writes something, like, just see that too. And yeah, Banu is also solving doubts. Nice. So the code written needs to be efficient. So what do we mean by efficient? That you learn soon when we'll be learning complexities and all. But right now we'll just learn basic C++. And why competitive programming? So I'll say essential or very useful for placements and interns, and not that important in the short run. Like for your courses and all, it won't be important, but you'll need it in the long run, and the faster you start, the better. And I suggest you treat it as a game or sport. And I'll upload this PPT too, and it has all the links. So you should watch this video, What is Competitive Programming by William Lin. So William Lin is, he's your age, like he's a fresher at MIT, and he's from Taiwan, and he's one of the best competitive programmers in the world right now. So yeah. So what are the requirements for competitive programming? So you need decent skills. I won't say you need to be an expert, but you need decent skills in any one common programming language. Okay. So you need programming knowledge of any one language. So what I prefer and what most of the competitive programming community does is learn C++. People learn Java too, but you'll find many more resources for C++ and many more algorithms and editorials in C++. Okay. So try to learn C++, and that's what I'll be teaching. You can watch the lectures anyways if you want to learn competitive programming, but do C++ anyways, right? I'm teaching it anyway. And Python, everybody learns it anyways, but not that relevant for competitive programming. And you'll learn that later, that Python actually has slow compilation and execution, which is why you actually get some errors. But that is not the point. The point is C++ is much more powerful in terms of STLs. Okay. Yeah, so if anyone has a doubt, then write. Please don't spam. Okay. And yeah, it's much easier to learn other languages once you get a hold of C++. For example, once you learn C++, it's a bit easy to learn C, which is actually in your second sem curriculum. And for C++, I would suggest Bucky's playlist, which I had attached in the FB post too. and it's here too. I'll give the PPT. So till 40 I would suggest everyone watch it, and I'll just go over them quickly, like concepts. So it's better if you do it on your own, then come here. Then you need a text editor and a command prompt, or use a IDE. So a text editor is like Notepad. Everyone has used Notepad. So Notepad is a text editor wherein you type stuff, and apart from that there is nothing else, right? So but a IDE, it contains formatting and all, and I'll just show, like CodeBlocks is an IDE. I'll show you what an IDE exactly is. But apart from IDE, like there are websites where you can write the code, they will compile it and do all the stuff for you, and they will return the result. So let us see what is ideon.com. So I'll be using this for the lecture right now. And Replit is also such a site. You need to log in and sign up. It's very easy. Like you can do this, and then it will allow you to write code here and put your input and just press run here. So I'll just show you how it works later, but for now, yeah. Okay, so let's just jump into the code. So this is a code template, which what does template mean? Okay, I have never used. Oh, this is a ID. Okay, no problem. Yeah, code template. So template means a thing which is used often. Okay, so this is the code which you will write every time. So you should just copy paste it. And right now in C++ there is this thing called object oriented programming. So one of the basic idea is abstraction. You don't need to know exactly what's happening. You just need to have an overall idea, and that's what I would suggest. Like right now, if you start exploring what does this line mean and what does this line mean, you will get really confused. So it's better you just, for now, just copy paste it, and as and when you code, like in a few months, you'll realize what everything means. So just don't start exploring everything right now. And for further reading, this is a good tutorial. So I'll just explain what this means. This line means from here, entire standard library can be imported. This line just means we don't need to write anything else for using standard functions, like standard library functions and classes. You just use a space instead. And then we write our actual code here above the return and in these braces. So as I said, just don't worry about these things right now. Yeah, so data types. So first of all, we'll focus on primitive data types, which means, what does primitive mean? Primitive means old, or like, very basic. So these are inbuilt and that can be directly be used by the user. For example, int. So if you want to use an integer, you need to use the keyword int. And an example is int a equal to 5. In C++, after each line you add a semicolon to indicate that you have finished writing your command. So int a equal to 5 means a is my variable. It is being assigned the value 5 and its type. So type, name, value. That is the format we follow. Now let's look at bool. Bool stands for boolean, which actually means logical true or false. Int can have many values. I'll show you the range later. But a bool can only have two values, which is true and false. So let me assign it right now. Bool ABC equal to true, which means the value ABC is being given true value for now. So if anyone asks what is ABC, is it true? Yes, it is true. It is not false. So I'll be using bools later and I'll show you. Float and doubles are decimal points. So float h equal to 6.2, double g equal to 4.90. Char means a character. In a character, you can only store one letter or one character, and this not necessarily be a letter. It can be a number, symbol, anything. Double is more precise than float. How more precise? So in float, I think you can have 6 decimal digits. Like you can have 6 decimal digits of accuracy. In double, you can have double of that. So it is more accurate. And signed, unsigned. Okay, I'll just stop moving this. Signed, unsigned, long, short are data type modifiers. You don't need to know this right now. You'll learn later. These these are the basic data types, and these are just added along and they modify the data type. So like this is a bit blurred, but I'll You can just click on this site and you'll get this. So char, its domain is -28 to 127, which means there are 256 different characters. Double has from 10 power, like it has double precision numbers. This is actually not that useful, I just showed it, but the main thing is int can store values from -2 power 31 to 2 power 31, which means it cannot store any big values such as 2 power 40 or 2 power 60. For storing 2 power 40, 2 power 50, you need a long int. So that's what I said. Long int is simply an int, but it can store larger integers, you know. That's why it is you add these two longs just ahead of it, and once you start using, you'll get the hang of it. And one more useful data type is a string. So string is not a primitive string, data type. That's why I kept it aside. So string my name equal to, and you use double quotes, and you can put anything here. And this is for further reading. I'll give the links. Now let's come to operators. Has everyone understood these data types? If anyone has a doubt, just spam no. Okay, just write yes if you understood int bool. For now, int and bool, if you understood int and bool. So int is basically all our numbers, floats are the decimal numbers, and bool are true false values. Okay, so let us continue. So operators. So operators are basically of three types. You have arithmetic operators, which are maths operators, you know, plus, minus, multiplication, division, and modulo. These four are pretty simple, so I won't explain. Modulo I'll take some time. Then we have relational operators, and we have logical operators. We'll see each of them later, like in the next slides. So modulo operator. Modulo operator denotes the remainder. So if I do x mod m, it means when I divide x by m, what is the remainder? So 17 mod 5 is 2. Why is it 2? Because when I divide 17 by 5, 17 equal to 3 times 5 plus 2. So 2 is 17 mod 5. And did everyone understood this? Kashish is actually a sophomore from BT department. You can ask him any doubts. He's also commenting. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, 17 mod 5 is 2. So let me take another one. What will be 18 mod 3? Just write it in the comments. What is 18 mod 3? Zero, yeah, because 6 times 3 plus 0, right? 18 is 6 times 3 plus 0. Let me take one. It's 20 mod 7. 20 mod 7. Yes, Manish is correct. 3 times 6 plus 0. What is 20 mod 7? Yeah, 20 is 7 times 2 plus, let me follow some convention, 17 times 2 plus 6. Okay, that's why 6 is our mod. So I hope everyone understood what mod means. Now, obviously, x mod m is between 0 and m minus 1. Is this clear? Is this clear? What is minus? Okay, someone has a doubt. What is minus 2 mod 3? So it is minus 1 star 3 plus 1, right? So sorry, yeah. Minus 2 is minus 1 times 3 plus 1. So minus 2 mod 3 is 1. Is mod defined for negative integers? Yes. Yes, mod is defined. Yes, mod is defined. I hope that answers your doubt. Okay. So also, like, why is 0 less than equal to x mod m less than m minus 1? This is a basic maths, like I think 9th में आता है, Euler's theorem or something. So if I have p equal to quotient times x plus r, p divide x equal to q, and p modulo x equal to r, right? So yeah, remainder theorem, exactly. So by remainder theorem, the remainder has to be less than the dividend, right? So r has to be less than x. So what are we dividing by? We are dividing by yeah. So okay, I think I'm live back. So it has to be less than or equal to m, which means less than equal to minus m minus 1, and obviously it will be greater than equal to 0. Okay, and sometimes the problem has such an answer which is too large to be expressed in any data type. For example, they will ask you 1000 factorial. So 1000 factorial is obviously a huge number, because 10 factorial is 3628800. So 1000 factorial is 1000. I hope everyone knows factorial. You have passed JEE, right? Yeah. So 1000 factorial is really huge. So you'll be asked to express the answer modulo some number n. So you need to know what is modulo. And modulo symbol is this. So if I want to suppose x is some larger number, okay, x is this number, then I can do x equal to x modulo 1000, or like smaller x is x modulo 1000. Okay, so what that does is that will take the modulo of this, and this is the symbol for modulo. We'll use it in code and I'll show you. And we are asked to express the modulo usually for these two numbers, either this number which is 10 power 9 plus 7, or this number which is 10 power 9 which is slightly less than 10 power 9. Okay, continue. And these are some useful properties. A plus minus b modulo m is, you take the mod m inside, and this is actually the distributive property. So if you are doing a plus minus b modulo m, just do a modulo m, then plus minus, then b modulo m, and again you need to do mod m, because this can itself be greater than m. And for a into b mod m, we can do a mod m into b mod m and take the mod m at last again. So is modulo clear? Am I audible? Yeah. Is modulo clear? Just okay. Yeah. So let's move on. So next is the relational and logical operators. So these operators return a Boolean value. So as we learned, Boolean takes only true values, true or false. So example, what is 5 greater than 3? This will return a true or false. 5, just write in the chat 5 greater than 3. Okay, true. Yeah. Then what about 4 less than equal to 6? There's actually a slight delay in the chat, so I'm reading the chat, and hence 4 less than equal to 6 is also true. Okay. What about 7 equal to 8. So what is this equal to? So equal to means we are asking if the LHS and the RHS are completely equal. What will 7 equal to 8 return? Yeah, false, because 7 is not equal to 8, right? So the exclamation stands for not. So what about 9 not equal to 10? What will this return? What will 9 not equal to 10 return? Yeah, so 9 not equal to 10 will return true because 9 is not equal to 10, right? Like, it's logical. You have 9, you have 10, they are not equal. We are asking if they are not equal, and hence it is true. Okay, so most of you got. Someone asked why we are putting it twice. So why we are putting it twice is because putting it once is assignment operator. Like I showed you, int single equals is used when we are assigning some value. So equal means we are assigning some value, right? And equal means we are comparing. So this is a very good question, and you have to remember that you have to use double equals to when we are comparing, or else your question will go wrong. I mean, your solution will be wrong. Okay. So yeah, so I think all of you have got the hang of this. Now we have got logical operators. These were relational operators. Relational means they are showing some relation between two values, LHS and RHS. Logical operators are extremely useful, and they also return Boolean values. For example, and. So and in the English meaning of the word and. So let us just take an example about voting in elections, right? Int my age equal to 19. Bool eligible is equal to my age is greater than equal to 18. Has everyone understood this line? What this means? This line means, firstly, it will check whether my age is greater than equal to 18. So as my age is 19, 19 greater than equal to, okay, so I have 19 is greater than equal to 18. Firstly, we are asking this. This sends a true, right? And this true is stored in eligible. And second bool value is has a voting card. So eligible is true, and has card is also true, right? So I can vote. Bool can vote means should be eligible and should have a card. Mansi Kumari has asked, can value be assigned to only characters? Yeah, so values can only be assigned to variables. So 7 is actually not a variable, right? Declaring variable names also has some rules, so that you will learn later. But right now 7 equal to 8 does not have any meaning. 7 equal to 8 has only a meaning. Okay, so bool, firstly I declared this eligible. Eligible means if my age is greater than or equal to 18, this will be true. This is true. Bool has a card is true. And bool can vote is this. So just write what is the value of bool can vote. What is the value? Can anyone tell me what is the value of the bool can vote? Yeah, so bool can vote will be true because I am eligible and I have a card. So let me draw the truth table. So for and, Suppose I am doing x and y, x, y. I think this was in your JW2, but let me just write it down quickly. So if x is y and this is y, then this will be 0. This is 0, this is 1, this will be 0. This is 1, this is 0, this will be 0. And this is 1, this is 1, this will be 1. Okay? Yeah, so let me move on. OR operator. So OR operator means if either of the value is true, the whole thing will be true. So let us take the example of a lift. Okay, in a lift, if you want to go up or you want to go down, the lift should be active, right? So here I want to go up in the lift. So I have taken bool go up equal to true, bool go down equal to false, and bool is active equal to go up or go down. So did you understand the example of the lift? Just if anyone does not understand, you should write no, but if you're understanding, just write yes. Excuse me. So everyone has got the example of the lift. So let me again draw x or y. So if both are false, then it is false. If here only y is true, so OR is true. Here only x is true, so OR is true. And here both are true, so OR will obviously be true. So for OR, at least one should be true. Okay? And for AND, both should be true. Okay? So the symbol for OR is double straight line. So above the enter key in your laptop, you will have this symbol. This is the symbol, right? This will be above enter key. Okay. So let us move on. A NOT. So NOT operator is just the single exclamation mark, and it is important to put everything in brackets, or else you can have some errors of precedence. So you will learn about precedence later, but the main thing is you should do this carefully. So for example, if my marks is 55, okay, yeah, thank you for spamming. Yeah, so int marks is 55, and first of all I am seeing if marks is less than 33. So if my marks is less than 33, then I am failing. But then I took the NOT, which means it will be passed. Did you get this? Let me explain again if you are not getting it. So firstly I am checking okay, yeah, there's a bit delay, but yeah. Firstly, I'm checking if the marks is less than 33. If the marks is less than 33, then the child is failing. But I want to see if he has passed. So I will put a NOT instead, right? So if NOT marks is less than 33, which in English means if marks are not less than 33. And this is equivalent to marks is greater than equal to 33. So this is a bit complicated. So you should know when to use no and not and when not to use. So instead I can also do aliter means instead I can do bool passed is equal to marks greater than equal to 33. This is the same thing, because instead of checking if it is not less than 33, I am checking if it is greater than equal to 33. Okay, yeah, got it. Okay, so do this one. Can anyone write a Boolean expression for this? Bool can drive using only these two in the chat. Yeah, Viraj, that is correct for bool passed. Can anyone write can drive When can someone drive? Using the things which I taught you till now. You can only use not equal to. So just, yeah. So equal to stands for is LHS equal to RHS, and not equal to means not equal. Okay, you cannot equal not is wrong. You have to use not equal to. Yeah, so okay, I have got many responses. Bull can drive equal to has license and not is drunk. Yeah, so you are correct. So let me just minimize this. Yeah, so you should have a license and you should not be drunk. Has everyone got this? Has license and not. Yeah, so Vishal has written has license and is drunk. So you should not be drunk. So is this statement true? Just write yes if you understood this. Yeah, okay, so you have understood this. So this is basic Boolean. So you should know how to formulate sentences like this. Okay. Yeah. So let's talk about input and output. So as I talked about abstraction means you don't need to understand everything what is happening. You just need to have an overview. So in input and output, standard streams are used for reading input and writing output. What is standard streams? So just remember C in and C out. C stands for console. So let me just show you a code where I take numbers and strings, and input for the program usually consists of them separated with spaces and new lines. So this is a simple code which will first of all I'm initializing two integers, then I'm initializing a string, and then I'm taking them as input. C in means I'm simply taking input. So yeah, did everyone understand this slightly? Even C in means I'm just taking an input from the user A, B and X. So let me just show you this. So I have int A, B, X. Firstly I'm taking two integers because you can see C in A, C in B. These signs are just used as symbols to separate the variables. Okay. So if I put this as an input, all of the above inputs will be read properly, which means if I put this, then also it will automatically be distributed A, B and X. If I put this, still it will be read properly, and if I put this too, then it will be read properly. Yeah, so I'll just show you a few examples. How to reverse a bool? So yeah, it is fairly simple. So good question. Who asked? Abasdin. How to reverse a bool? Right. So if I have a bool is drunk is equal to true. Okay. Now next morning he is no longer drunk. So what I will do is drunk is equal to, this means assignment. Okay. Is not is drunk. Did you understand this? Because first it was true, then we put a not sign, so this becomes false. Now is drunk is false, as we used a not operator. So this, as and when you start coding, you'll realize. About input, this too I'll just show you through an example. So again, take A equal to this, B equal to this. These are integers because I've used int here, and I have a string S equal to CSEA. Okay, so C out, which means I'm outputting to the user. This means this is just a separator to separate variables. C out A, then this again we are putting this, then we are putting a space. This is useless actually. Then I'm putting end L. End L means the end line. Okay. Then I'm putting B, then I'm putting a space and then S, which means first I'm outputting A, okay, A, then end line, which means I press the enter key, then I'm putting B, which is B, then I'm putting a space, and then I'm putting CS here. So let me just show you a short demo on ideon.com. Yeah, so as I said, let me just make it standard C++.h. So okay, so I have a int a equal to 1 2 3, b equal to 4 5 6 7, and I have a string my name equal to Aditya. So C out, firstly I'm putting out A, then I'm putting out I can write anything here, right? Let me write this is the first number, and then I'm putting a end line, which so what this will do is it will first put out A, which is 123, then it will put out this line because it is in double quotes. Whatever we put in double quotes will be printed as it is. Like I can write anything here and it will be printed as it is because it's in double quotes, and then I will put an enter line. So let me just run it. So yeah, 1 2 3, this is the first number. Yeah, exactly. Saptarshi Das has asked a good question. Why do we need a space if we are changing the line? So I did not think of it when I was writing the example. So it's my mistake. So yeah. So let me write one more line. C out B. This is the second number. C out my name. So what will be the error here? When I will run this, there will be an error. So can anyone tell me what the error will be? Yeah, my name is not mentioned. Yeah, exactly. So the n should be capital because in my variable I have taken it to be capital. So look, when I will run this, what will happen? Just see. There will be an error. Variable name is wrong. Exactly. My name was not declared, and it is smart enough and it knows that I should write my capital N. Okay. So this is the advantage of using an IDE. So let me do this. Yeah, n should be used, not n. Yeah. So yeah, success. This is the second number and this. Now someone asked what is, let me just okay. Yeah, and always please keep some tab whenever you are for like you will be writing more complex codes, so just keep your code neat. That really helps. So yeah, here this is absolutely useless. You're correct, because anyways I'm putting a enter, right? So this won't be seen. But here if I had put hello and then I had done this, then it would have no longer be useless because now I'm printing hello. Did you now get why this is important? So yeah, okay, so I'm getting, there's a slight delay in the chat. So yeah, now one more thing, why should I put a space and then again do this in, I can just put this here, right? So let me just put a space here. I put a space here and I'm removing this. This is actually better. Why do you want to put two strings? Because this will also show the same output. Like this was the previous output. Now let me show you the new output. See. same output, right? So just right now this, just use cout, then these two operators, and then write whatever you want to write. Let me continue. So often cin and cout are slow and less efficient, so we add these lines in the starting of the code whenever we submit some code. So I'll just show you this later, but I'll also give you a code template, you can use that. Yeah. Now cin does not ignore white spaces. So if we want to read a string with white spaces, what is white space? So white space means any non-character, non-letter, number or symbol. So you have space, you have tab. So if I do this on the left side, yeah, so we can give a space before hello. Yeah, Siddharth is right. Coming to this example, I have a string A, I'm getting it from the user, and then I'm outputting the string as it is. So if the user enters this and I use getAlign function, then I will get correct output. But if I do a C in A and the user enters this, then I will only get Aditya back because there was a space in between. What space does, it breaks, it completely finishes taking the output there. Let me just show you here. So I have a string name, I'm taking the name from the user and I'm giving it out. Okay, so let me put the name. Okay, see, my input was these both lines, but the output is only Aditya. This is because I'm using cin, and cin, once it gets a space, it will stop taking the input. So if I, is this clear a bit? When do we use this and this? Okay, so let me just show you. Also, a double slash means the code won't be executed. These are comments. These are comments. So we use this when we are taking input, when we are outputting. Okay, so you can see this in the examples too, like when I was outputting something, so I use this, and when I was taking input, I was using this one. Is there any other way to remove issues? So yeah, there is actually a very easy way. So so string first name last name, I'm declaring two strings, first name and then I'm declaring last name. So if I know that user is going to input two strings, then this is what I should do. Because I already, in most contests, you will be given what the input will be. So if I already know the user is going to put his first and last name, I should not declare only one name. I should use this. This is a So this is a bad practice. If I already know the user will input two strings. So let me run this. See, then it firstly it was just doing this, now it is doing this because I have explicitly declared two strings. getLine function use करना एक बार. Okay. So I have a string X. Okay, a string my full name get line. So what is the format of the get line? Let me just show you. Firstly, cin means user से लेना है console input and then your actual variable name. So you do cin and then your variable name. Get line का format है firstly input stream variable. So and then let me do cout my full name. Input is again, let me change the input. Let me make it so this whole name, if I was using cin, then it would have stopped at Bhanu, but now the whole name will be taken, hopefully. Yeah, so as you saw, the whole name is taken, right? But let me just comment this. Let me do this again. Cout name. Now let me show you with just cout what happens. My input is this whole thing, but the output is just Bhanu because it stopped at the first space it got. Okay, did you understand this? What will happen if I am giving the input in the program and also taking input via cin? Nothing like that would happen in most cases. Like this may seem daunting right now, but I'll just solve some questions right now and you'll just understand it's easy. What else instead of cin can you put? So input streams can, so in this the first thing can be any input stream. So right now you don't need to know, but you can actually put file streams too. So I think this much is enough for input output. So now let's move on to conditional statements. Excuse me. Yeah. So conditional statements are very, can we use gets function directly? Actually gets no one uses in competitive coding because it is a bit, gets only I think gets one character at a time. So instead of that people just use C and cout. Conditional statements. If there is some condition, then do something. Let me explain. I'll just explain through a code. But the main thing is, whatever this condition is, it should be true Boolean wise. So the Boolean of this should return 1. Let me just show you a simple example in ID only. So what I'll do is just this. So input output. Okay. Now let's so let me declare int my age is equal to, or no, my age is too boring. Let me do qualified advanced, not in qualified advanced. What can I do here? Okay. If my rank is 1 lakh, if my rank is less than or equal to 10,000, this is the format. Okay, if there is some condition here, okay, the condition will always be in these round brackets. Okay, what is this? Then I'll put these braces and then I'll do this cout welcome to IIT Guwahati. Okay, did everyone understand this? Okay, so you understood this. So what will happen when I run the program? I'm running the program. Compiling, it is running, okay, and success. Why did nothing happen? Why did nothing happen? Yeah, nothing happened. But why? Command in, okay. So the thing is, my rank was actually 1 lakh. So if my rank was less than equal to 10,000, it would have done this. But since my rank is not less than or equal to 10,000, it will not do this because this condition was false. So this is a multi-line comment. So anything I write here is comment. Okay. So if condition do stuff only if condition is true. Okay, yeah, the condition was false. Now let me change this to 1000 and let me run it. So welcome to IIT Guwahati. So yeah, I think you have got the condition. Now else what I can do is, then let me, so if condition do something. Now what is if else? If else means if the condition is true, do one thing, else do this thing. As the English name suggests, if else. So let me move back and show you. Okay, let me increase the rank to 1 lakh. Okay, so yeah, so this is a if else, which means if this is true, then do this, else do this. So in this case there will always be some output because I'm covering all the cases. If else, so let me do this. Again, welcome to IIT Guwahati, and let me make the rank this. Sorry, better luck next year, because rank was not less than equal to this, so it went to else. Did everyone understand this? Okay, you have understood this. And the third thing is if else, if else. So you have if, you have else. Suppose you want to check multiple conditions. So if the condition is 1, then do thing 1. If condition 2, then do thing 2. If this, then do this. Okay, so let me just demonstrate it. So let me change the code a bit. If code is this. Else if my rank is greater than let me take 400, then see out welcome to IIT Guwahati, else see out what are you doing in IIT Guwahati, go somewhere else. Yeah, just for an example. So first of all, I'm checking if my rank is greater than 1 lakh. If it is greater than 1 lakh, then sorry, better luck next year. Else if this will only be executed if this is false. Okay. If my rank is greater than 1 lakh, then it will finish here itself. Else, if my rank is greater than 400, then welcome to IT code. I'm sorry. And then I'm checking again if my rank is greater than 400, then welcome to IIT Guwahati. And if this is false and this is false, then it will come here. Okay. So let me just do this. Okay, sorry, better luck next year because my rank was too large. So let me reduce some zeros. Yeah. So yeah, as my rank is 10,000, I am welcome in IIT Guwahati. Now let me reduce even more zeros. What are you doing in IIT Guwahati? Go somewhere else. Okay. I hope everyone understood what else if does. If you understood what else if does, just write in the comments, or just, I think you got it. So it will only move to else if the previous conditions is false. So if this is false, it will go here. If this is false, then it will go here. The moment any one is true, then it will directly come here after the last else. So the moment anything is true, it will come here. It won't even go in else. Okay. So this, we'll just do some coding and we'll get it. Now, this is a switch statement. So a switch statement is essentially an if else, but a bit simpler. So a switch variable, we have to write, I'll just show this in code, but let me explain it in non-coding terms. So it will compare the variable in the bracket to each of these things, which is written after the case. So var case n1. So if var equal to n1, then do this. And then you have to write this. So I'll just write it. So int x equal to 5, switch of x, case 1, see out, this will be printed if x is equal to 1. Break. Always write break after each case. Let me just copy paste it so that it becomes simpler for you. Okay, and then yeah, let me just do this much. ID unit. Pradeep, your doubt is a bit vague. Use strings instead of int. How can I use string instead of? I'm not getting your doubt, sorry. I'll just finish switch and get back to it. Pradeep, you can just write your doubt in a better way, or what I'll do is I'll keep a Q&A session shortly, so you can just call there. Okay, so what I've done is I've given the value 5 to x, and then I'm running a switch on it, and these are 3 cases for which I'm doing something. Case 1, case 2, case 5. So as x is 5, this is false, this is false, this is true, and hence this is being printed. Okay, did you understand this switch? This will be printed if x equal to 5. Now let me in fact take this from the user, and I'm inputting 6 here. What will happen if I input 6? What will happen if I input 6? Yeah, so nothing happened. So we put input 6, x was 6 and nothing happened. This was because we have only written the code for 3 cases. So that's why we always write default. Default means cout. This will happen if none of the cases work. And after default, default is actually the last thing. You don't need to put a break case. So yeah, Kshitij is right. We have to use default for cases like this. So as you can see, when I put 6, this will happen if none of the cases work. So let me put some big number. Let me do this again. Again, this will happen if none of the cases work. Now let me show you what happens when we don't put a break case. So let me just remove the break case. And no, let me put it. Let me remove this. And suppose my code is 8. My code is 8. I am putting 8. In 8, nothing should happen because none of the cases work. Okay. Let me put 5. So when I put 5, case 1 was false, case 2 was false, case 5 was true. So this will be printed if x equal to 5. Okay. So this printed. Now let me put 2. So look, what happened when I put 2? When I put 2, the case 1 was false, case 2 was true. So it printed this. Sorry. So case 2 was, this will be printed if x equal to true. So this was printed. But why was this printed? You see, both of these stuff are printed. When I put the input 2, 2 lines were printed instead of 1. So yeah, Kshitij in the chat is correct. So fall through. This is actually called fall through. Exactly. Someone has wrote it correctly. So that's why you must use break. So after this was executed, we did not break, we just continued, and hence this was printed. That's why if I put a break now and then again execute it, if we don't write break, then it will not check later conditions. Yeah, exactly. So please print 5. Okay. Let's see what happens. So if I remove this break and I print 5, nothing will happen. I mean, just 5 will be printed. Why are we returning 0? Yeah, I will explain. Look, when I put 5, the input is just 5 because after 5 we are breaking. But if I remove this, see, when I put 5, this and this both executed because I did not use break. That's why I must use break. So just break and break. You can write it here too and it will still work. Returning 0 I will explain. So someone has asked what is the meaning of returning 0. So that I'll explain while functions. But returning 0 basically means that program has finished. So this is the program int main and it has finished execution here. That is why we are returning 0. So actually you should learn it later, no problem, don't learn it right now. So has everyone understood till switch? Has everyone understood till switch? only one person has okay, yeah, so yeah, okay. Where is the condition for various cases? So that is the disadvantage of switch. Like switch is, I'll show a question right now. Switch is only used if you know there are some set number of cases. So this is equivalent to if x is equal to 1, stuff 1, else if. So you can use either this or you can use a switch case. Okay. Yeah, okay, got it. I saw your message. Okay. So you can either use this or you can write a switch case. So I will show you an example where writing a switch case is more elegant. So you can, this link, you can go on this link and read. So now I think for today, this much C++ is okay. And there's a link, just yeah, Bucky's playlist. Just go and start learning C++ from there, and I will show you the different coding platforms. So the -1 level is first you need to learn a language. For that, go to Bucky's and start learning C++. Then level 0 is hacker rank. So yeah, in hacker rank you just go to practice, then scroll algorithms, okay, and language proficiency. So go to practice, scroll C++, and just go to easy and start doing all this after you watch Bucky's. Can we use switch for non-integer data types? No, switch can only be used for integers, that is, and characters, but characters are converted to integers when we use them in switch. That is why switch is a bit not useful till there. Yeah. Switch can only check for equal to. Yeah, switch can only check for equal to. Yeah, I'll do a coding Q&A later, but right now let me just share what I'm sharing. So on hacker rank, you get stars for doing stuff based on your points. So I suggest that get 2 to 3 stars in language proficiency and get 3 to 4 stars in problem solving, and then move on to CodeChef. And CodeChef is a site, you can read about this later, but right now just give long challenges. They are 10 days long, and there are the first 2-3 questions are pretty easy. You can try those, and these are short contests which are 2 to 3 hours long, and you have to solve a set of questions. And then you have AtCoder and Codeforces. So you just explore these sites and you'll come to know about them. And will you be linking? Yeah, Bhaiya, I did all of them for C. I suggest just do it for C++. C is actually part of your curriculum, so it won't go in waste, but dedicated C++ pad lo. And let's just solve some and useful resources. So this book, it's a bit advanced for right now, but it is actually a very good book. The New Boston for basic C++. This is for advanced C++. And I suggest keep Googling the things you don't know. So this is the best practice, Googling. And geeksforgeeks.com is another site wherein if I write so this is some algorithm. So usually the Geeks for Geeks site is the second site, so you can go on it, but it may be incorrect, so just verify once. Then we have cpalgorithms.com. Then we have CP algorithm. These are also like, this is a really good site, but you'll refer to it later, not right now. And CLRS is actually a computer science textbook and it is part of the syllabus for third sem. And let's just solve some problems. These are pretty easy problems. So yeah, complete the function, solve me first to return the sum of two integers. Let me just copy paste. But you need to make an account and everything. So just right now I'm just showing it, but please do it yourself too. I'll just put the whole slideshow later. But yeah. So let's just remove this. Let us just copy paste our template, what we wrote. Okay. What it is doing, it will give two integers and we have to output the sum. So A So firstly I'm declaring two integers, then I'm collecting them from the user, then I'm calculating the sum, and then I am showing the sum. And I'm putting an enter for just cleanliness. Let me run the code. So yeah, it is working on these two tests, but let us run it on a greater set of tests. Okay, it's only working on these two. It's pretty simple question. So we just solved our first question, and you can even share it on Facebook if you want. I'm just kidding. Just do whatever you want. And let's solve another question. Did everyone understand this question? If everyone has understood, then we can move to the second question. Okay, your doubts. Bhaiya, can I follow? Like, learn C++ any way you want, but whatever is taught till Bucky's in 40, so I think till basic pointers, you need to know till basic pointers. From wherever you learn, I don't care, but you should know decent. Like, don't, but Abdul Bari teaches DSA, right? He doesn't teach what is the use of namespace std. Actually, you are supposed to do this. I think. So this is how you are actually supposed to write the code, I think. Yeah, but to avoid rewriting this, we write this using namespace std, which means now I don't need to use this. Now I can write a cleaner code. So yeah, let's move on to the second question. It will first teach you if else. Just read this through. So yeah, this is actually a really boring question. Whatever the number it gives, you have to write the English word for it, and if it is greater than 9, just write greater than 9. Do I need to solve this question, or like if you want me to solve it, just write solve it, or else it's okay. Like, this is actually very easy. Let me write it. कुछ नहीं लिख लेता हूँ. Now I think here is where switch case is better, because you just have to output switch n case 1. Let me just copy paste it. Okay. Did everyone understand this code? Whatever we have done today, I've only used that knowledge. Yep, okay. Let me just submit this. Yeah, so it was correct. Okay. Let me solve one more. Let me solve a code forces one. So hopefully this is interesting. Yeah, so the first line is usually useless. There are 4 numbers on a board in random order: a plus b, a plus c, b plus c, and a plus b plus c. You have to guess 3 numbers using the given numbers, and you have to print them. Okay, so Roshan in this one suggested if is not necessary. So yeah, that is actually correct. Just remove the if else and add a default case. So yeah, that passed too. So let us do this question. Everyone think in this one. Just read the question. And someone wrote check 0 2. Actually we don't need to check 0, because in the constraints it is given that n will always be between 1 and 10 power 9. Abhinav, is it clear? Because the constraint suggests that from 1 to 10 power 9, n is from 1 to 10 power 9. I think it's clear. Let's just do the code forces problem. So let us take this example. We are given all these numbers in random order. Yes, okay, it's clear now. So think about this question, and after 2 minutes I'll start. Okay. You have 2 minutes, just think about it. I've given the link, you can open it on your laptop or mobile and read the question. one more minute. So I hope everyone has thought about it. Don't worry, in the contest you'll get actually a lot of time. So in the contest, let me just open this. So in this contest, the top solvers got it in 2 minutes and 1 minute, but you can see 5 minutes, 6 minutes, but in the beginning it's okay. Like, just see someone here. So yeah, everyone got it in 5 minutes. I just gave you 2 minutes, so don't worry if you didn't get it and you're just a beginner. So there are two approaches. So firstly, find the biggest number. Why the biggest number? Because it will necessarily be a plus b plus c. Why? Because all numbers are positive. If it was given that any of them were negative, then we cannot say the biggest number is a plus b plus c, right? I hope everyone got that. Because all numbers are positive, then we can guarantee that a plus b plus c will be bigger than all of these, and so we can find the max out of all of these, right? So let's just use code blocks now. So in code blocks, go to file, go to new, and I'll create an empty file and I'll just save it as wherever I want to go. And let me make this lecture 1 a dots. So you have to write whatever you want, but then write a.cpp, and I'll save it. And let me just so you see how different colors and everything is formatted and all. So this is the advantage of code blocks. So first of all, I am taking x. Okay, now let me make the maximum number is equal to maximum of x comma y, and then take its maximum with z, and then take its maximum with w, this is a bit complicated, but you can also write an if condition for it. This is basically, I found the max out of this, then I compared it with this and found the max, then I found it with this and found the max. Then if the max is equal to x, this means y w z need to be subtracted. Oh yeah, this was an error. Yeah, so if the max is x, then what I have to print, as you said, I have to subtract. And I can print them in any order. So else if This is also like the idea is good, but then you need to implement a lot. So, but other questions are fun. Yeah. So let me. So after you write your code, you are supposed to build, and you can see here there is no problem, and then you are supposed to run. When you run, you need to go to code like and copy this input, or you can click copy here and paste it here. So press any key to continue. Then I'm taking this. Now it is built already. Yeah, I'll show another approach also, but I'll just show you that this is working too. So 100, 101, I got it. So the max function. So max is an inbuilt function, and it only takes two values. So the max equal to this we used. Sir, we can store the max in any new variable. So yeah, the max is actually a new variable only. Actually, the max function can only take two variables. That's why you have to do it again and again. So this is actually not possible. So that's why. So any short approach. Let me see what I have done. No. Yeah. So this is what I've done. Let me just see. Yeah. So what I've done is, this is another approach. So the another approach is, everyone understood this, right? So I can kind of remove it. So yeah, so instead of this, you could also int the max is equal to max of x comma y comma max of w comma z. Right, so this is actually better because it only, anyway 3 max are used. Here also 3 max are used. So one more suggestion is, since it's a plus b, someone wrote it in the chat too. So what we are doing is, we are taking the sum of all. Okay, and what the sum is actually is, and the comments are bad. Sum is a plus b plus b plus c plus c plus a plus b plus c, which is actually 3 times, right? Did everyone get why sum is 3 times a plus b plus c? So what I can do is make sum equal to sum by 3. So now sum is equal to a plus b plus c. Now what we are doing is, we will subtract sum from everything. So x equal to x minus sum, y equal to y minus sum, z equal to z minus sum, w equal to w minus sum. Did everyone understand this? We divided it by 3, so now sum is a plus b plus c, and we subtracted it from anything. Now we have gotten all the numbers. I mean sum minus x. Sorry. So did everyone get this? If anyone did not get this, then write it in the chat. Now these take value A, B and C, right? But one of them is 0. Why? Can anyone write in the chat why one of these will be 0 but 3? Yeah, extra output. So you see these are A plus B, A plus C and B plus C, and one of them is A plus B plus C, and we are subtracting the sum which is A plus B plus C. So one of them is 0, right? Because one of the so chat answer, because one of them is sum, obviously. True. है ना? So let me just comment this out. So if x is not equal to 0, see out x. Let me use double quotes for consistency. If y is not equal to 0, see out y. If z is not equal to 0, see out z. If w is not equal to 0, see out w. Okay, so did everyone get this? Like, we are supposed to print the 3 numbers, right, and not print 0. So we obviously only one of this will be 0 and that will be filtered out. And once you solve the question, you should build it and run it. And let me take some coding. Yeah, so it returned 312, answer is 213. It's okay, we just have to print in any order. So let us try to submit it. So how do you submit? You go to submit and the sum is automatically taken. You copy paste your code and you press submit, and it's actually the first week of the year, so it's showing Happy New Year, but usually it shows yes, AC. Is there a queue? Yeah, so why did it show wrong test on test 4? So as you can see, the numbers are huge, right? So what happened is it also shows you an error. Probably the solution executed with signed integer overflow. So as I told you in the beginning of the lecture, integer can only store till 2 power 31. You can only store till 2 power 31. But here, each of these are individually smaller than 2 power 31, but the sum is going greater than that. So what we do is, we make all of these long integers. Again, make this long integer. And then let me make this. Now let me submit it. Let me remove this. This is a switch. So yeah, we got a correct verdict. So yeah. So today we solved these problems, And for in the next session I'll also solve some problems, but mostly I'll teach for loop and arrays and while loops. So it's better if you see Bucky and come, I mean this, and I'll just explore the links which I share, like this video. Okay, and yeah, I will be stopping the stream now. I'll also put this link in the chat. And let me make a Google Meet. If anyone has a doubt, then only come, else it's okay. Without starting the code, there is in how many such classes and when. So, PDF will be, yeah, I'll share the slides. You'll get the slides, don't worry. And just join the meet if you have any doubts. And yeah, I'll share the PDF itself, don't worry. आप लोग just come in the meet. If I will be ending the stream now, so just which book for C++, don't learn from a book. It's better to see videos and Google stuff. For any doubts, just come in the meet, it's better. Okay. So yeah, and let me just make let me stop.